Hi everyone, it's Tammy with stampwithtammy.com, and I am here to show you my class on the go. So let's get started. We're going to be making 3 cards, all with the Ouch bundle. That includes the dies and the stamp set. And in the United States, it's $32.25. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first card will be this one. And we're going to start with the packet that you'll get if you order $50 between now and Monday. That would be Monday, July 6th. So you get a card base of crisp cantaloupe, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. A piece of vellum that is 4 3/4 by 3.5. A scrap of basic white. I will have this already die cut for you. And then a piece of basic white that is 3 1/4 by 4.5. We're going to stamp the little flower from the stamp set in crisp cantaloupe all over, just creating a fun background. There's no rhyme or reason, just stamp. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to stamp the Feel Better. Let me wash that off real quick. I just spray it with my Stampin' Mist and then rub it off. And this one's going to also be in crisp cantaloupe. We'll use that stamp a bunch. All right, so to put this together, first we're going to tie the ribbon around. You want it off to the left of your card front. And I'm just going to tie a knot. This is hard when you have little fat fingers like I do. Okay, and then we're just going to trim off the edge of the ribbon with my detail scissors, which I'm so happy that we carry these again. They're called detail scissors now rather than paper snips, but they're very, very similar. So if you like the paper snips, you'll love the detail scissors. And we're going to layer that right onto the vellum. And then flip that over. And just to be safe, I'm only going to put vellum where the cardstock was so that you don't see it. No, I'm only going to put adhesive where the cardstock is, not vellum. This is a remake of my Facebook Live video. The Facebook Live video did not come out very well, so I'm just re-recording real quick so that you guys can see this. Okay, so now I'm just going to put my Feel Better Soon right here. And then I'm going to take these are from Pearls of Beauty. They're really pretty. They come in Calypso Coral, Cum Cake, and White. And we'll be using several of those today. And we're just going to put some wherever we want. One more. Just like that. So there is card number 1. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is my take your pick tool. Okay, card number 2 we're gonna make with the crumb cake packet. Again, 8.5 by 5.5 card base, scored at 4 1/4. This one is crumb cake. The measurements are very similar on this card. This is 4 3/4 by 3.5. That is real red. And then a piece of basic white that is 3 1/4 by 4.5. And let's see where my card is. So we're going to start with crumb cake. And I can already tell you my crumb cake is very, very wet. So I'm going to have to stamp off twice, I think. You just never know when you're re-inking. Apparently I was a little heavy-handed, but that's okay, right? Okay, and then I'm going to take pecan pie ink and stamp the outside of the Band-Aid. Pretty easy to do. They line up super easy. Just like that. And then I'm going to leave these two out because I use them in a second. I'm going to take some real red ink and I'm going to stamp the heart that's in the same set. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to take my Feel Better Soon stamp again, the one we just used with crisp cantaloupe. And now I'm going to stamp it in real red. And let's put this baby together. Again, super simple. Oh, my Band-Aids aren't straight. Did you guys notice that? That's okay. Cards don't have to be perfect. And then this is going to be a horizontal card. Okay. Just like that. And then this we're going to pop up on dimensionals. Three, because you can't ever have too many, right? And I'm just going to put this right here. And then we're going to use, oh, there they are. I was going to say, oh, I lost my Pearls of Beauty. Somebody told me once the design trick is threes, so that's why I always use 3 of these. 3 or 5, odd numbers, I guess. So there's card number 2. Here's what it should look like if your things were a little bit straighter. All right, on to the last card. This one is a fun one. I have little dimensionals everywhere. This one we're going to use Berry Burst. Love the Berry Burst. It's so bright and fun. We're not going to use the Pearls of Beauty. So once again, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 for your card base, this time in Berry Burst. And then the white is actually just 4 by 5 1/4 like normal. I have a scrap of crumb cake. I've already cut it out with the die and we're going to stamp on it. And then you have a little scrap of Berry Burst for the little plus sign, the red cross sign. So we're going to stamp on this die cut with, once again, the pecan pie. Didn't do that one as good, but I'll show you the original. And then we're going to do crumb cake again, and I'm going to stamp off twice again. And there you have that. So I'm just going to put that to the side. And now we're going to stamp with the Berry Burst. This is a long flower image, and I'm just going to stamp it several times, kind of in columns. I'll leave a little space in between. Just like that. And then we're going to use the crumb cake to stamp. Oh, I lost my... If I could keep everything together, my stamping life would be so much better. Just going to stamp this down here, just like that. And that was crumb cake. It looks a little bit darker, so don't stress if yours isn't quite that dark. Okay, now to put this together, we're going to put the white directly onto the card base. And if you're making this, you might want to put a piece of white on the inside of this one because it's kind of dark, but you could see it if you wanted to. And then we're going to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Just like that. And then I'm going to cut a little piece off of the, because I want to pop up this little cross as well. I call it a plus sign. And there you go. There's the third card. see if I can find the original. There you go. So there you have the 3 cards. Leave me a comment. Let me know which one is your favorite. I think this one is my favorite, but I'm really into the crisp cantaloupe right now. So anyway, head on over to my shop. If you spend $50 or more, I'll send you the card packet for free. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.